Turning back to our Kern County forecast right now in Bakersfield, we're seeing 99 degrees, some of the 80s towards Frazier Park, climbing up to the 90s as you head towards Lake Isabella. And in the desert areas, we're seeing a mix of the 90s and up to 100 degrees in California City. Not only that, with our radar, we do see some of those thunderstorms starting to kick in those areas. We're going to go into detail on that a little bit later. Tonight's lows we're expecting mostly to be between the 60s up into the 70s at 77 degrees here in Bakersfield. And in the mountains, we're seeing more of those 60s, but as you head towards the desert, that's where we're getting closer to the 70s to 80s in terms of those numbers. As for tomorrow, we're expecting to see 103 degrees here in Bakersfield, similar to what we saw earlier today, and similar temperatures as you head up towards Delano. But as you head down into the mountains, we're seeing more of those 80s until you head towards Lake Isabella, where we're getting towards the 90s up to 100 degrees. In the desert, we're staying above those triple digits, which is to be expected. But we do have the probability of seeing thunderstorms as we saw earlier on the radar. There's a 20 to 30% chance towards the Sierra Nevada areas, closer to 15% as you head towards Bakersfield. But between the high temperatures and low humidity, that does mean there's an increased chance of fires starting and spreading due to dry lightning or dry thunderstorms. That's also partially due to wind gusts. We're expecting to see this affecting more of those desert mountain areas, where there is that red flag warning, which expires later on tonight. But it's relatively breezy throughout the county until you head into the afternoon and into the evening, when we're getting closer to the 20 to 30 mile per hour numbers. And there is currently a fire towards Lake Isabella and Bodfish called the Laura Fire that's already burned 120 acres and is only 5% contained. And there is an evacuation warning for the KRN 750 area. Now taking a look at the next 7 days, starting off tomorrow in the valley, we have a high of 103 degrees and low 76 degrees. We're looking at clear and sunny skies throughout the day. Air quality is unhealthy for sensitive groups. We're staying within those triple digits throughout the week, but we do see a slight cooling trend as we head into Wednesday and Thursday, but it's only short-lived because temperatures are expected to slowly but surely pick up as we head into next weekend. Tehachapi and Frazier Park, we're starting off mostly 80s, close to the 90s, but more of those 90s starting Friday and headed into next weekend. And in Lake Isabella, starting off in the 90s, climbing up to those triple digits next weekend.